feels like something that would require an even like a whole nother level of consciousness. Seems required to to reconcile both of those viewpoints. It would be, a level of consciousness that I'm not sure if I'm familiar with. But it has to be something that's here. Like I must be within it, right? Like if all of these sort of more limited, more relative ways of thinking and perceiving are contained within these kind of larger, more encompassing comprehensions of reality that I've been describing, these two kind of like dueling notions. It's as if in the first like hour and a half or so of this video, I was starting to, describe a sort of non-dual awareness, but then I started to become aware of that even that non-dual awareness that seemed so transcendent and encompassing of all dualities, to even itself be one side of another duality, an even bigger duality. It feels like reality is eating its own tail like an Ouroboros. It feels like reality is like moving along like one of those water weenie toys, which I learned the geometrical shape is called a toroid. A toroid, like a donut shape, basically. If you had a donut that was like constantly turning inside out, this inside out motion where the outside becomes the inside of the hole, and then the inside of the hole becomes the outside of the circle, and it keeps moving, keeps like eating itself, kind of. Or if a person did it, it would be as if you sucked yourself into your mouth and then went all the way inside out, and then you came out your asshole, and then all your intestinal tract would be on the outside, and then you kept turning, and then it goes back inside, and then you come back normal. It kind of feels like reality is doing that, but in much more than 3 dimensions. Or as if as if even this notion of this notion of transcending that I've been talking about, of joining all dualisms in a higher encompassing awareness, it seems as if even this higher encompassing awareness is itself one side of a dualism. Where does it all go? Is it gonna is there a linearity, like there's a down and an up? Or does it all circle back around and you come back down to the bottom levels again? I'm certainly no stranger to the most base forms of human experience. It's almost scary. I mean, it is scary. It's scary and not scary. It's scary and exciting. But all the while, amongst all of this, any kind of notion of self feels like really obliterated. Like the idea of being a self feels like a joke at this moment. As if there is only relation with the world. And even to say that is kind of a joke. It's like there's only this, you know? There's only this. And even that seems like a joke because it seems so completely obvious that just this is. It's like as if this is so much that it doesn't even need saying, but it's like saying the most obvious thing that is so obvious that it doesn't even need to be said. But that at the same time seems like such an important and fundamental attribute of reality that, like, It seems like any of the other things that we pile on top of it seem just like little distortions or big distortions. But they're not really. They're also just this. Even what we would think of as distortions. It should be pretty obvious at this point that nothing I'm saying now is important. To understand, there's not any more understanding. Understanding is a joke. There's no more, there's no more learning. There's no more communication here. All these notions are gone. There's just some talking here, There's just walking and talking. There's just this experience of watching, walking and talking number 51. But not even that, I mean, that's like, that's like a totally frivolous detail. Just another like little fold, just another wrinkle. To have any kind of concept would just be a wrinkle in the fabric of reality at this point. Even the concept of a wrinkle in the fabric of reality is itself a wrinkle in the fabric of reality. We're smoothing it out. I mean, it's smooth. It's smooth. As if all the wrinkles in your brain were flattened out. There's no more communication. There's just talking here. So it means anything. The talking just kind of continues by itself now, not with any force, but just because it has momentum and there's no resistance. There's no friction. There's nothing for it to bump against. There's no work for it to do. It's just moving like a body moving through a vacuum with no friction. A moving body through space is how the talking is proceeding here. But it's not actually moving through space because there is no body and there is no space. Both space and body, both space and form, are both mere wrinkles. Damn, what is up, my internet friends? It doesn't matter. anything. A wrinkle moving through a wrinkle. A wrinkle in a wrinkle. A wrinkly wrinkle. What if the wrinkles on your face had wrinkles themselves? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The wrinkles in your brain folds having wrinkles themselves. And the brain itself being nothing more than a wrinkle. Mind itself being nothing more than a wrinkle. But actually, there never were any wrinkles. There aren't any wrinkles, and there never were, and there never will be. You probably can't see this, but there's a deer right here. I feel wrinkleless in my being. I feel smoothed out. Well, I mean, what I feel like is as if I was a wrinkle, but now I'm all flattened out. I mean, that I was a wrinkle in reality, but now reality's flattened out, and so I'm like, I feel smooth. Whatever it is, this it that is feels smooth now. Feels ironed out. Stretched out to dry. You know that satisfaction of like, you made your bed and you know, as opposed to like, you look at your sheet, all your blankets and your sheets all strewn on top of your bed in wads, you know, compared to the feeling of your bed made with the sheets and blankets neatly laid across there without any wrinkles and folds in them. You understand the sort of difference of experience in perceiving those two states of being of your bed. Well, that's what all of reality is, can be said to be like. And this reality feels like a nicely made bed at the moment. Ready for you to jump in and get under the covers and be nice and cozy. But don't let this notion of coziness become another wrinkle in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You get into bed and then and then immediately the blankets are wrinkled again. You ruined it. Don't get in the bed. Don't fall for it. Stay up. Stay awake. Experiencing the wrinklelessness. I mean, we'll have to go to bed eventually. It's inevitable. We'll have to. We are inevitably gonna wrinkle it up again. It's okay, because even if it's wrinkled, it's still the same reality. But just enjoy right now how smooth it feels to be awake, looking at a perfectly made bed. Just look at it. Just keep looking at your bed. Just admire your made bed for as long as you can. We're actually, we're actually ambivalent about whether there's wrinkles or not. We can let things get wrinkled. We can let things get wrinkled. Because even if things get wrinkled, we know that each one of those wrinkles is not its own little monster that's separate and gonna take over. We know that they're indeed only wrinkles. You're only going to be able to follow this if you have been watching this video continuously. If you've skipped ahead, you're not gonna know what the hell's going on. But that's okay. It's okay even if you don't know what the hell is going on. Because, yeah, even us who have been continuous with the whole thing, we profoundly don't know what the hell is going on. I will say that these moving lines of lights are something to behold. The beauty of traffic moving smoothly. Anything. Anything. The depths of despond and see. Anything. Whee! 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 Yeah! Anything. Damn! What's up, my internet friends? Welcome to Walking and Talking. Can you believe that we can just exist like this in this moment of time without it hurting? Reality doesn't hurt. Does it? Not in the big sense right now. Like, just look at this experience right now. It kind of amazes me that I can experience this time or this consciousness, or just that I can experience at all. And it doesn't really hurt. Not in the deep sense, you know? It might hurt a little in relative ways. But those ways are just that, relative. It's getting dark. I bet you can't really see my face anymore at all. You probably can't see much of anything at all. But I guess I'll just keep pointing the camera towards sources of light. These moving lines of traffic are pretty great, though. It's getting dark, and it does feel like we are kind of plunging into some kind of unknown. Really, you know? I mean, I think the feeling of night coming on contributes to this feeling of a kind of unknown, you know, the unknowable mystery of existence really enveloping everything. But we're not afraid of it. We're we're in it, and it's almost kind of like welcome. It's like fine. It's like let the night come on. Let this this infinitely expansive abyss of unknowableness come and take over everything and wipe away anything solid of what we know about ourselves, our identity, our reality, and it's fine. We're ready for it. We're ready for that wiping away. And to kind of like release into this unknowableness, to kind of like dissipate. And we know that the sun will come back up and will re-manifest into something that seems solid, at least, from our future experience of going through the day. There will appear to be some solidity. And that's fine too. We'll be ready. We'll be ready for that. We'll be ready to solidify again. And do the practical and live the life. And do the work. Even if doing the work means plunging into a wretchedness sometimes, of just eating all the horrible emptiness of reality sometimes. Eating it and digesting it, metabolizing the emptiness. We'll swallow all that emptiness and get bigger and stronger. We'll move back and forth between this darkness and this light, the depths and the greater understandings. Well, maybe until we can understand both of them, that until, what I was talking about being able to reconcile both of them at the same time, simultaneously, night and day at the same time. And I guess that is like getting off. That would be equivalent to getting off of the planet and seeing the Earth and the Sun at the same time. Seeing the Earth with one side illuminated and one side in shadow. That's the analogy of being able to reconcile the dark and light moments of life simultaneously. The depths of despondency and disconnection and isolation and loneliness versus the moments of transcendence and profound understanding and connection. Not actually one superior to the other, but both actually linked to each other. But if you get off the planet, if you get off the Earth, you could always see the sun. You could stay out of the shadow. Is that what it's like? Is that what reality is like? Is reality like as if depression is being in the shadow of the supreme source of everything? Is depression or the negative experiences or the limited ways of seeing reality, the experiences of separation, of separateness, is that just like being in the shadow of the source? The source that's constantly casting light, but you just happen to not be in that light because you're on the other side of the thing of a thing. I don't know, but I guess even if you got out to where you can see the sun is just still a one little point inside of a big sort of blackness that's perforated by lots of other little points of light. But then what's outside the blackness? What the heck? What the heck's outside the universe? Huh? If there's a universe, what the heck else? Tell me! It almost, it seems like even if I think about an infinite universe, that still seems to imply a something as opposed to a nothing. But then that still implies that there is also a nothing. Like there's a nothing. What the hell? How can there be a nothing? What? If I say that there's a something, there's a universe, even if a universe is all that there is, even if it's infinite, an expanse, it still seems to imply the existence of a nothing. But what the hell is a nothing? What does it mean for a nothing to exist? What? What? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck is nothing? What the heck is nothing? Heck. Is it here? Can we experience it? I think it's here. I think it's here in the something. I think it's here in the something. This thing that I thought was a something, the universe, this universe that I thought was a something that was here. It is also nothing. It is also nothing. It's the same. They're the same. They're the same thing. They're the same nothing. The something is the nothing. And the nothing is the something. They're not different. That's what the heck. That's what the heck. That's what the nyeh. That's what the heck. The nothing is the something. That's what the heck. That's what the heck is going on here. Heck. I mean, look at this. Look around. Just look around. Look around you. Look around you. Look around you. Look around you. Is it something? Are you experiencing something? Is this a something around you? But look also, because it's also nothing. It's also nothing. Look, there's no something and there's no nothing. And there's something and nothing. It's neither nor and. Yes and. It's no, not, and, yes, and is what the heck is going on here. This is and isn't, or is neither is nor isn't. And that's not what the heck is not going off there. All I can really say is this shit is popping. Popping off, in and out. Popping in and out. You're with me, right? You're with me and you're not. You're with me and you're not at the same time. We understand and we don't. Neither understand nor not understand. Rush hour. It's beautiful, rush hour. I love rush hour. Now I love rush hour. It's the best. It's the best hour. Look how beautiful it is. We're going around and around a toroid in many dimensions. This blue light from the battery pack is blindingly bright now. I'm covering it up. You really should donate to my Patreon page. Come on. Come on. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. can explain reality to you better than me. Benjamin effin' Bennett. That's who the nick. I make you understand until there's until there's no more understanding possible. We understand everything until there's no longer a solid reality to understand it. We understand until we understand understanding itself. And once we understand understanding itself, then it eats itself and disappears into itself, like an Ouroboros. That's why the heck you should donate to my Patreon page, patreon.com slash Benjamin Bennett, I think. Link in the description. Link in the description. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Anything. This episode is like driving a brand new car. This episode is like a perfectly made bed. This episode's like a really good fuck. This episode's like eating a dank-ass smoothie after you've been outside exercising for a long-ass time. But it's better than all of those things. It's better than all of those things. So none of those things do this to you. None of those things do this to you. I mean, come on. $2 a month, $5 a month, $20 a month. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett. Obliterate your separateness. Via the flow of money. Come on. 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 It's Benny. It's your pal. It's Benny here. Come on for your old pal Benny. Just a couple bucks for old Benny. Just a couple bucks. Benny will get you right. Benny will set you straight. Your old pal Benny will smooth out the wrinkles. Your old pal Benny make the bed for you. Your old pal Benny smoothing out the wrinkles of reality. Come on. Just a couple bucks. Just a couple bucks on Patreon. Come on. Come on. Anything. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is my pledge drive. Come on. Come on. Welcome to this special pledge drive episode. Walking and talking. Come on. 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 For your old pal Benny. Come on. Woo! Walking and talking. Smoothing out the wrinkles. Woo! Come on. Benny setting straight your notions of time. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, patreon.com. Link in the description. 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 Link in the Link in the Link in the description. Link in the description. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Benny. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Woo! Like a nicely made bed. Come on. Your old pal Benny here, straighten you out. Help old Benny make a buck or two. Ah! Oh! Oh! You like how we get your neurotransmitters smoothed out like a nicely made bed, like an ironed shirt. We're smoothing out all of reality here. What could be more important? What could be more important in life? What could be more important than what we do here in walking and talking? If you value walking and talking, if you make walking and talking a regular part of your life, become part of the walking and talking family. We're like a family here. We're like a family. You and me. You and me. We're family. How could you do this to me? How could you forget about your family? How could you forget about your family? I love you. How could you do this to me? I love you. How could you do this to me? How could you forget about me? I need you to support me. I love you. Why don't you support me? Mom? Pledge drive. Link in the description. Anything. We've established